Hey, hi, and welcome to the worst zombies experience of my entire life. Maybe not worse than Vanguard, but no, actually, it might be worse than Vanguard. After playing it again, it might be worse than Vanguard. Welcome to WW2 Zombies. Was WW2 Zombies really as bad as we all remember it? It probably was. And we're gonna find out as I give my unfiltered, refreshed thoughts about WW2 Zombies after playing every single map again. Yes, including that one. Yes, that one. And if you're not thinking of that one, then you're thinking of that one. If you played WW2 Zombies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But, you know, I had to suffer for this one, so, you know, if you please help me with my suffering, there's a nice subscribe button down there. We do, well, right now we're doing zombies content. For all we know, we could keep doing zombies content. I guess we'll just have to see how many people who hit this big old red button. You don't have to, but we'll see. We're just gonna start with the Final Reich, which is the only good map of this game, because every other map after this, it just goes downhill. I don't know how you can go from the top of the mountain to downhill so fast, consistently, every single time. But the good thing about the Final Reich being the best map is, one, it comes with launch, so it's free. Well, it's not free if you buy World War II, but you don't have to buy any DLCs. You can play as much as you want without having to reinstall any DLCs. You just have to reinstall World War II. That's not too bad, right? I mean, the game isn't terrible unless you play the DLCs. It has a fun Easter egg. That meaning nothing is very frustrating about it. I mean, what? You have to, what? The most frustrating part about the Easter egg is the boss fight, and that's not even that hard. It's an easy boss fight. I'm literally doing this boss fight with no perks. I'm literally doing a boss fight with no perks, and that does not tell you how easy the boss fight is. I don't know what to really tell you, but you know, it has a really nice wonder weapons, I should clarify, because the Tesla gun is not really the selling point for wonder weapons. It's the upgradable version of the Tesla gun, so much so that I don't even remember exactly what to do with, or how to do them anymore. It's been that long. I don't even remember their names. I think one was called the Hurricane. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the actual best one. I think it's the best one. I could definitely be wrong on this one. But there's 4 upgrades for the Tesla gun, so that makes it a solid wonder weapon, because all the upgrades are actually pretty good. The normal Tesla gun's not your, you know, greatest wonder weapon to ever exist, but a wonder weapon is a wonder weapon. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're really bad. We'll get to the ones that are bad soon. But you got a nice wonder weapon. The map layout is actually pretty solid. I like it. Except for, like, maybe is it a church? I think it's a church. The church in the back of this map. That's the part I do not like about the map. It's a little too close quarters, especially for the types of zombies that are in World War II. Because we have the pest zombies, which are exactly what they sound like. They're pests. Nobody likes them. And you know, on the same topic of nobody likes these zombies, the Wooslings. I had to actually look up the name of this zombie, the Wooslings. You know, those zombies that just straight walk around the map, and if you don't shoot them in the back, they get ferociously angry and they charge at you at full speed, swinging this mace on their hand. You like him right there. Yeah, him right there. You know, you can shoot them in the front if your gun's strong enough, but they have one weak spot, and it's in the back. And the only way to get behind them is to shoot them, have them become enraged, and then get behind them. It's ridiculous. It's outrageous, but that's the only issue with the final rank. Wooslings. That's it. Everything else, I think I'm okay with. I think it's the best map in the game. I think it's the most friendly map in the game. And it's a blessing that it's the launch map, because if it wasn't the launch map and we had DLC 1 as the launch map, I think World War II Zombies would have died way faster than it already did. Speaking of DLC 1, we have to look at that one now. So, and I already didn't want to play it. Now I have to talk about the map. I'll see you in the darkest shore. Welcome to the most exciting part of the darkest shore. What you're seeing right now is the most exciting part and the most fun part of the darkest shore. There is absolutely nothing fun about this map. There's nothing. There's nothing exciting. There's nothing entertaining. There's nothing fun. It's all frustrating, and it makes zero sense. Complete zero sense all the way through. I hate it. It's the worst map in the game. Nah. Is it the worst map in the game? I think it's the worst map in the game. It's terrible. It has one good thing going for it, and that it's decent wonder weapon. The Ripsaw, which I had to actually do some extra research on how to make the Ripsaw, because I did not remember how to make it. That's how much I play World War II Zombies. I didn't remember how to make the wonder weapon. So that tells you how much I knew about the map itself. But, you know, it has fog, because we always wanted fog in our zombies maps. You know, the Meister Mukler is another boss zombie that, you know, you can hate as much as you want. I hate him with all my heart because he's overpowered. He's fast. I like, when I say fast, I mean he runs faster than you. Why was this an ongoing trend in World War II Zombies, where we had zombies that ran faster than you? Other games took up on this point, and it was stupid. But, you know, that's just one of the problems. We have Easter egg steps that make absolutely no sense, where we have to shoot down planes. Why are we shooting down planes on a zombies map? Why? Not to mention, I didn't even beat the Easter egg to this map, because I got to the step where you have to move an artillery gun with coordinates, and I didn't understand how to do it anymore, and I refused to look up a guide because I knew I was gonna hate it. I can make an entire video of why this map sucks. It's the worst zombies map of all time. I said it in my Voyage of Despair video a year ago. This is the worst map in Call of Duty Zombies. I would just like to move on to the Shadow Throne, please. Ah, that's a beautiful shovel. Hi. The Shadow Throne. DLC 2 of World War II Zombies started out with a bang. We thought this was the step in the right direction. We thought it was going to be better than the final rank, and we thought maybe World War II Zombies will finally take the mountain again. Boy, were we wrong. We were very, very wrong, because after like the third day of the map dropping, I didn't hear about the map ever again. The only time I personally played the map was when it first dropped, and I was trying to help solve the Easter egg. We ended up finding the Easter egg to do with the theater sign, which does virtually nothing to help us. Kind of. Sort of. I mean, you could play the game without ever realizing that it's there. I have a couple gripes about the map. It's how the Pack-a-Punch works. You need the Wonder Weapon, and if you don't remember how to make the Wonder Weapon, you're never going to open Pack-a-Punch. I had to actually look up how to open the Pack-a-Punch, because I didn't know how to do it. And then I realized that you needed the Wonder Weapon. So not only did I have to get the Wonder Weapon, then shock the panels to then open the Pack-a-Punch. It was such a weird system in this game. The Easter egg wasn't really that fun, because you had to get this magnifying glass, and then you had to go up. No. My fault. Hang on, I'm remembering this wrong. You had to get the magnifying glass, then you had to go touch up with the radio after figuring out what frequency you had to tune it to. Then you had to figure out Morse code. Yes, Morse code. You thought Blood of the Dead was bad. You had to figure out Morse code, and you had to know exactly what coordinates, latitude and longitude, it was giving you in Morse code to then go put the magnifying glass over the map of the latitude, longitude. It was terrible. If you don't know Morse code, it was not fun. I had to look it up, and I still didn't figure it out. So this was another Easter egg that I didn't finish because of a stupid step. I hate Morse code steps in Zombies. Why are we still doing this? Stop it. Stop. Do it for ciphers, not for Easter egg steps. Stop it. I would like to just move on before, you know, I tear it into the map even more because I personally like it. So we have problems. We have problems with maps. And by maps, I mean, you know, it's not even technically a map. DLC 3 was not a map. It was a game mode. DLC 3 Zombies was a game mode. Kind of like how Cold War did, where DLC 2 was a game mode. The only difference between Cold War's game mode and World War II's game mode was Cold War's game mode was actually kind of enjoyable. Look at your screen right now. Do I look like I'm having fun? No, this is the tortured path. It is exactly what the name entails it to be, a torturous path. This is not a round-based map, game mode. You have to complete objectives every other round. If you fail these objectives, you fail. And then you restart the entire game mode again. Thank God for Black Ops 4 for redoing something like this, but adding the 3 strikes, you're out rule. You know, you fail, you try again, the exact same round. This game was so unrelenting with that. This was the worst map in the entire game. It has nothing to do with the formula of Zombies. You have 10 rounds. Some of the rounds are actually the most ridiculous amount of difficulty just ever. It almost feels impossible in the middle of the round to complete some of these objectives. Look at your screen right now. This is the example of one of the rounds that feels almost impossible. I have to kill, well, us as a team, we have to kill all of the special zombies in a specific amount of time. These special zombies are double your sprint speed, and they attack at the speed of light, it feels like. So it's almost impossible to even think of killing 90 of them in less than 3 minutes. That's ridiculous. It is the worst thing ever. And in order to really play this map in a good way, you have to play with people. I had to open a public match. The shock on my face, my surprise that I had when I found 2 other people playing this in 2022, I can tell that we're all not having fun. Look how many times we're all going down. I can tell we're all not having fun. Because this is not fun. It's the tortured path for a reason. It is terrible. I hate it. It's one of the worst experiences of my life as a Zombies player. And I've played a lot of Zombies. This is the worst thing ever. And I hope we never get anything as close to something this terrible ever again. Vanguard Zombies is not as bad as the tortured path. That could be a hot take. That could be argued. I personally think the tortured path is worse than Vanguard Zombies. It's god awful. Some of the objectives are quite fun, like fighting a boss zombie, like the Rockington Brenner. I definitely botched that name. I'm very sorry. But, you know, some of the objectives are okay. They're fun. Some of them are difficult beyond any belief. And if you fail, you restart the entire thing. It doesn't matter what part you're on. If you fail once, you fail the whole thing. You could be on the last part of the map where you fail the boss fight. You have to restart the entire thing. No retries unless you restart the entire map. It's the worst thing ever. I hate it. I didn't even get to boss fight. That's how much I didn't want to play anymore. So I would like to move on from the torture path forever. I'm never playing it ever again for any reason ever. I would just like to move on to the final map of World War II Zombies. The finale to Call of Duty World War II Zombies ends with the Frozen Dawn. When it first dropped, I thought maybe we'll get a good map to end it all, and we can end World War II Zombies on somewhat of a nice note. We didn't. We didn't. You get an achievement. I'm gonna say this again. You get an achievement for opening the starting door of the map. Any map that requires an achievement that gives you an achievement to open a door that you should open every single time you play is a little ridiculous. This map had a couple fun weapons. It had a scythe that was sick. The scythe was a sick weapon. The shield, not so much. I don't even remember the wonder weapons. All of them. I don't remember all the wonder weapons. I really don't. I don't remember half the map. I don't even know the Easter egg. I never even attempted the Easter egg. It put such a bad taste in my mouth. Sorry, the game itself put a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't even want to learn the Easter egg. I took the time to learn every World War II's Easter egg, except the Frozen Dawn, because I didn't care at the time. We were moving on to new things. We were getting ready for Black Ops 4. Oh man, it was still not the most fun launch ever, but it was more fun than World War II Zombies as a whole. This map has, from what I've heard, from what I remember hearing when it dropped, one of the hardest boss fights ever. Like, if you do it solo, it's almost impossible. Almost. It's possible, but it's very difficult. And that's all I can really say about the Frozen Dawn. I quite literally don't know hardly anything about the map. Even when I went back to play, I didn't really know what I was doing half the time. So I can't really talk about the Frozen Dawn that well. Yeah, I'm the worst zombies YouTuber you've ever seen in your life. Ever. I'm not even a zombies YouTuber. I'm just a variety YouTuber at this point who's playing a lot of zombies right now. What am I doing? But that's all I can say about the Frozen Dawn. I have nothing really good to say about it. World War II Zombies was kind of a really large L, if you will. It was not very fun. The Final Reich was the most enjoyable map, and even then, it was still alright. But definitely, I do not recommend playing World War II Zombies again in 2022. I uninstalled this game immediately after recording the Frozen Dawn. I don't even want to deal with the game anymore. I'd rather play more Vanguard, and that's saying a lot. I really don't want to play Vanguard Zombies. But I hope you enjoyed my little rants on half the game. If you enjoyed my suffering, there's a nice big old subscribe button. It's nice and red. It's pretty. It's beautiful. I love the button. I push it sometimes. But don't play World War II Zombies unless you like pain. I went through the pain for you to tell you if it was still as bad as we remember, and in conclusion, it's still really bad. And that's all I really have to say about World War II Zombies. It's bad. It's not enjoyable. And don't make yourself suffer by going through it again. That's all I have to say about it. Goodbye. Laters!